Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara and welcome to The Orgasmic Lifestyle Every Day is a Climax. Today I'm going to be reviewing the book Becoming Cliterate by Laurie Mintz, Dr. Laurie Mintz. I read this book earlier this year, about 6 months ago I think, and Laurie Mintz was actually the first guest on my podcast, The Orgasmic Lifestyle, and you can actually see that interview on this channel, one of the first or second videos I think. Anyway, this book was very interesting. I mean, for me, I already consider that I am cliterate. I have been for a long time, but it's always interesting to kind of go back to basics and learn new things. And something that really surprised me was the fact that only 4% of women can have orgasms from penetration alone, and I am one of those 4%. So that's interesting. And then, so most women do require clitoral stimulation. So this whole book is about the clitoris, basically, and it teaches you about the anatomy of the clitoris, and there is some homework as well to try and become cliterate, which I think is really interesting. Because I think some people, well, I get lots of messages from women all the time who haven't had an orgasm, and they've bought a sex toy and they don't really know what to do with it. Because I think buying a sex toy is like having or signing up to the gym. You can sign up to the gym, that's the first step, but afterwards you have to kind of put the work in yourself if you want to get the reward of an orgasm. And I think it's exactly the same with the gym. You have to put those hours into working out before you can see results. So there are some tips about how to get to know your body a bit more and discover the treasures between your legs, which is very interesting, really. And also it talks about something that really interested me was the part where they talk about the words we use for our genitals. I think it's very important to use the correct words, such as vulva, clitoris. I don't like the word clit. It really makes me cringe personally, but it's all subjective. And I think kind of shying away from using the correct words can have a huge impact on your intimate communication. I mean, a lot of people don't even have intimate communication. It's all about just kind of, both people are in the kind of like, they get into this in their own heads and they're not really communicating what's going on. So I think that's very, very important. And actually, it was interesting because I was talking about this topic to a guy I used to work with, and he said that he taught his daughter that it was called the Anti-Mary. And I thought that was a very strange a very, very strange name for the vulva. And I think what's wrong with the word vulva? It's not like it's difficult to pronounce. I think it's important to teach everyone what the right word is. And also people get confused with the vulva and the vagina. The vagina is inside and the vulva is outside. So yeah, very, very interesting. And also, what else does it talk about? There is a section of the book that is about having or trying to teach that you can give your partner to try and help them to become cliterate and get to know your anatomy. But I really do believe that, you have to kind of like work it out for yourself before you can communicate it. But the real thing is that to close the orgasm gap, which is discussed here, it's really a case of, let's say, penetration. There's so much emphasis on penetration in sexual relations in general, and that's not really the way that women are going to become cliterate or have orgasms. So it's like penis to vagina, whereas vagina is not really the right organ. We should be giving the clitoris as much importance and love as the penis gets, because that's the way to kind of close the orgasm gap. And that's how it's described in this book, well, more or less, and that's what's insinuated. And it's very interesting to think of it that way, because I don't think the clitoris is getting as much attention as it deserves. And you'll learn lots of interesting facts about the clitoris and orgasms in general, and the homework is very orgasmic. So I've actually been recommending this book to all the women who write to me who haven't had an orgasm. I think it's kind of the first step towards becoming cliterate is definitely buying the book. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have read this book, if you'd like to share any tips or any opinions about it, then please leave a comment below, and I'll be back soon with more videos and more books.